Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the National Consumer Credit Awareness and Financial Inclusion Program webinar presented by TransUnion CIBIL and Mint. We are very excited to be here to talk to you about one of the most important aspects of one's financial life, which is credit management. Now, we know that credit can seem like a daunting topic, but we are here to help you understand it better and make it easy for you to take control of your financial future. So, in the next 40 minutes, gear up, for we will be diving into some very interesting topics, such as knowing more about your CIBIL and its role in your loan cycle, improving your CIBIL score, how lenders evaluate creditworthiness, and much, much more. We have with us today Mr. Bhushan Padkil, Senior Vice President and Head of Consumer Interactive Direct to Consumer India TransUnion CIBIL. Mr. Padkil is a seasoned financial professional who is passionate about bringing the power of information and technology into the hands of Indian consumers. You have an audience with him, so keep your questions ready. Also, engage with us because this is your one moment where you can ask all your questions to the man here. Hello, Mr. Patkil, and welcome to the discussion. Thank you for taking out time for us.
Thanks, Mugdha, and it's so good to be back again. And thanks for the kind introduction. I'm looking forward to a very engaging, interaction over the next few minutes.
Well, I have certainly a lot of questions for you. So I'm going to start with the most basic one, so that for the uninitiated, we sort of set a base, which is we have all heard of something called the CIBIL score. And CIBIL is a daily usage in financial terms, when people are talking about their financial health, when talking about financial literacy. And I think the brand is so popular that it has become synonymous with credit score. But for our audience who's new to the world of credit, can you tell us a little more about TransUnion CIBIL and what all does it do and offer?
So, TransUnion CIBIL was founded in 2000 as one of the oldest credit bureaus and leader in this particular segment. We are custodians of data as credit bureau, and this credit information is submitted by banks, NBFCs, and all the credit institutions across India, right? We analyze this data using our proprietary algorithms, and we compute a three-digit numeric indicator, which indicates consumers' credit worthiness and also talks about how well he has managed his credit in the past. Now, as one of the oldest, bureaus and leader in this segment, our mission is to empower consumers and businesses alike, and also we enable lending institutions with information solutions to power affordable and faster access to credit for consumers and businesses and foster their growth. We also extensively worked towards improving financial literacy through our credit education initiatives such as this. And we work with other ecosystem partners, financial players in increasing financial inclusion. So that's about TransUnion.
Wonderful. Very important information for our listeners today, and a great start to set the context. Can you tell us about the different kinds of credit needs for individuals and businesses, and how does CIBIL is helping fulfill these credit needs?
So when it comes to credit need, we think about loans, right? Which is
True.
typically catered by financial institutions. We can think about home loan, we can think about personal loan, credit cards, or any kind of secured or unsecured loan in that parlance.
Yeah.
But we are credit institutions, we don't serve those credit need. But irrespective of kind of credit need that consumer may have, financial institutions extensively use our products such as our CIBIL score as well as CIBIL report in identifying credit worthiness of a consumer or loan applicant. And also they look at our credit information report, which has wealth of information to understand how well consumer has managed his credit in the past, right? Now, credit score is a numeric indicator, like I said earlier, and it ranges from 300 to 900. Closer you are to 900, lower the risk associated with that respective individual. And that's how lenders look at it. Now, these products are not only for lenders, but you yourself, and I urge all the participants to get access to these products. These products can be accessed on our consumer touchpoints like CIBIL.com. You can log into simply CIBIL.com. You can also download our CIBIL app on Android and Apple devices and get access to your own score and your report by paying a nominal fee. I would also like to note that at TransUnion CIBIL, we also provide one free credit report every calendar year. And I urge all the participants and consumers watching this video to take full benefit of it. Now, this is about consumer products. Let's talk about our MSME products. Now we have something called as CIBIL Rank. We also have company credit report, and this is extensively used by financial institutions when businesses or MSMEs apply for a credit, right? Financial institutions submit credit information regarding companies as well as business to us, and that's what constitutes the company credit report. This company credit report is summarized in a numeric form when it comes to CIBIL rank. CIBIL rank ranges from 1 to 10, and with CIBIL rank, closer you are to 1, lower the risk associated with that specific business applicant, right? So to summarize, when it comes to consumers, it's consumer credit report and CIBIL score. When it comes to commercial entities, companies, and businesses, it is CIBIL rank and company credit report. I hope that helps.
Yes, and so our audiences should keep an eye on Sybil.com, and
Yes,
on Android and Apple, there's an app which you can download. And as Bhushan said, you get one report free a year in one financial year. So, yes, so that is the main important three things that you have to keep in mind today.
absolutely.
All right, let's dive a little deep into the CIBIL report per se. What are the different sections that are in it? What does the report contain? What does it communicate to the person who is reading it?
Okay. Uh, so, like I earlier said, people know about CIBIL score, but CIBIL report also contains wealth of information. And
Okay.
with credit history and repayment track, CIBIL report has multiple other sections. It has
Mhm.
personal information, it has contact information, it has employment information, it has account details, and it also has inquiry information. This all constitutes consumers' credit information report.
Could you elaborate on them? Just wanting to understand, what do lenders look for in each of these sections? It does sound a little data heavy. So, how do they look at this data? How do they collate it? What are they looking for?
Good question. So let me try to give you perspective of how lenders look at these sections, right? So let's
Correct.
go one by one. So first, let's talk about personal information, which has the name, date of birth. It also has identification details. The second is contact information, where you have telephone numbers, you have addresses. Lenders look at using contact information and personal, details to verify identification and contact details as such. These are very critical when it comes to approving loan applications. The other section is around employment section, which has your current employer, you have your current salary. And now these details are used by lenders to assess repayment capability of consumer. Account details we spoke about, repayment, the credit history and repayment track. Along with that, it has sanctioned amounts and other details such as if there are any defaults which are reported by lending institutions against that consumer as such. So these details are utilized by lenders to identify credit worthiness of that respective consumer. And the last section is around inquiries. Now, inquiry section has number of inquiries that consumer has made in last 24 months. And this talks about how frequently consumer is in the requirement of credit.
Okay.
And this particular information is utilized by lenders as well. So these are a few sections and information and how lenders look at it. I hope this helps.
Yes, it does. All I can say is that it does look like your Bahi Khata. And CIBIL score and CIBIL rank is nothing but like a snapshot of the credit health of either an individual or a business. So anybody who's looking at it knows exactly where you are financially, etc. So, when it comes to evaluating credit worthiness, what factors do lenders consider apart from the CIBIL report? Are there other parameters that they look into, and are those parameters also offered to them?
Yes, so if you look at, yes, CIBIL score and details of credit report is extensively used, like I discussed earlier. But some of the factors that gets considered are one is obviously repayment track, right?
Hmm. That's very
Um,
important.
that's very important from lender's point of view. But other important aspects could be the length of the credit history, because it also gives an idea about how well or how experienced consumer is about managing credit in the past. Other aspect could be credit utilization, right? So loan accounts such as personal loan, or for an example, a credit card has a credit limit which is assigned to customers. So what portion of that credit limit consumer is using and how effectively he has used that, right? So credit utilization is something that lenders also look at. A third aspect could be the credit mix. So what lenders can also look at is whether consumer is proficient in using all the different types of credit available, not only the credit cards and personal loan, but also, let's say, secured loans such as home loans or car loans. So credit mix, what kind of credit mix consumer has enjoyed in the past, that's also something that lenders look at. Other aspect that lenders look at is inquiries, and I have highlighted it earlier, how quickly or how frequently consumer has applied for a credit. That's something that also lenders look at very carefully.
All right. Just for the understanding of our audiences, I would want to discuss the basics of loans and credit because now that we are, I know we are going a step back, but I think it's important for them to know what is healthy repayment behavior and why is it important for future credit opportunities, because a lot of people do not perhaps give so much importance to timely repayment and what is called what is called a part of the healthy financial behavior, and sometimes you unknowingly get into trouble because of that, or you unknowingly make yourself vulnerable to situations where perhaps you may not be able to avail credit opportunities in the future. So what are the absolute basics when we talk about in healthy repayment behavior?
Extremely important, and I'm happy you asked this question. I think when we apply for any, I mean, simply consumers have to understand that when we apply for a loan, right, lenders carefully look at the repayment track as one of the most crucial, factor. And simply put, why they look at is they want to look at your, previous history and how carefully you have honored your, loan obligations as such in the past, right? And you know also it talks about the track record of responsible handling of credit on consumers part, right? By demonstrating good credit behavior, paying emis on time, utilizing credit in limit and applying credit diligently, right? Consumers can display a great credit behavior which lenders appreciate and do approve for credit in future as well. We call this as cycle of good credit, where your past credit behavior plays extremely important role in creating future credit opportunities for you. So yes, repayment track is extremely important.
A lot of times it so happens that actually people don't look at their credit cards as actually a form of loan, and everybody has a credit card these days, so it's very important how you actually do your repayments, how you're looking at your expenses, because everything is being noticed and there's a score for everything. Thank you for those insights. So it's now amply clear that CIBIL report provides a comprehensive view of an individual's credit history and behavior. Well, it's very fascinating to see how all these different sections of the report come together to paint a picture of our credit worthiness, and also how lenders are minutely looking at every single detail. Let's move on to debunking some common myths about credit. What are some of the prevalent myths that people tend to believe, or you have heard of and you have laughed it off and you have had to explain everybody all over again कि ऐसा नहीं होता है. So what are some of the most prevalent myths that you have come across that people tend to believe in?
Yes, and we do often come across these myths, and almost on every single platform that we interact with, I have come across these myths, and sometimes you wonder where they originate from. I think one of the most common misconception is around the CIBIL score, and if you yourself check your CIBIL score, it lowers it, which is
Hmm.
not true at all. In fact, I would recommend that as a very responsible practice, and one should do it to get a great awareness about their own score and report. Right. So that's first. The second misconception is around your own savings account and portfolio, investment portfolio, whether that impacts CIBIL score. And some people think that it impacts CIBIL score positively, which is again not true. The only thing which impacts your CIBIL score is the factors that I spoke before: your credit history, your repayment track, paying your loan obligations on time, using your credit utilization in limits, and applying for credit diligently. So these are the aspects which impact your credit profile and score. Rest all are myths.
Which is one of the things that even I have heard of, and a lot of people seem very confused about it, is that there is no coming back from a bad CIBIL score. That you cannot recover from a bad CIBIL score. Can you share some insights with the audiences around that? What a bad score may mean for your overall health, and can you actually not recover from it?
Absolutely not true.
Mm-hmm.
You can always recover from bad score, or you can always continue to improve and maintain a good score, right? Now there are some basics when it comes to having a healthy credit profile and great score, and some of it we have spoken earlier also in our conversation. One, improving your CIBIL score uh, takes time and consistency, but it is absolutely achievable and it's easy to do. Some of the tips that I want to leave out for the audience here is: first and foremost, pay your EMI and dues on time, all the time. Honor your loan obligations, right? That's first and foremost. Because any missed payment, even once, can have a negative or significant negative impact on your score. So that's first and foremost. Second, like I said, credit utilization. Keep your credit utilization low. Use only portion of credit that is made available to you. That helps you improve your score. Apply for credit judiciously and only when you need it. Lastly, what is also important is, for you to do is monitor your score. Be aware about your own score and report, because you must have signed some co-guarantees, guarantor accounts, other loan accounts, and co-signed accounts. So it's great to get a grip or awareness about the performance on that as well. So if you are able to take care of all this, you should be having a great score and good credit profile.
All right. So I'm just going to recap. Avoid late payments. Definitely avoid missed payments. Keep your credit utilization ratio within your credit limit. Just because you have a portion that you can avail does not mean you need to avail completely all of it. You have to keep that in check, and also keep monitoring your own credit profile, right?
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely. You got it right.
great. All right. Very valuable tips for audience. So it's clear now absolutely that you yourself are responsible for your credit behavior, and a good credit behavior is key to maintaining a very healthy credit profile. Now, before we wrap up, is there anything that you would like to add as final thoughts for our viewers here today before I actually jump on to taking questions from the audience?
First of all, thanks for all the questions, and it comprehensively, I believe, covered all the aspects that we wanted to discuss and put forth to participants in the webinar today. But I would like to re-emphasize on certain points again. One, it's very important that you check your CIBIL score and your report regularly as a good practice, and stay informed about your own credit profile and continue to consistently, improve it. Right. Additionally, Remember that having a good credit profile is it takes consistency, all right? That's very important. Other important thing is be responsible about honoring your obligations, pay your dues on time, pay your EMIs on time, use your credit judiciously within limit, and apply only when you need it. I think these are some of the very simple and effective aspects to have great credit profile and great score.
And I think I'll once reiterate CIBIL.com is the website to go to. And there is an app also for both
Yes.
Android and Apple. Keep them handy and keep a check on your scores because it's almost like your health checkups every year. You go once a year for your health checkup, you get all your reports, you know what your behavior should be. Similarly, for your financial planning and for your financial well being, this serves as that one report that you should absolutely have a look at every year and decide कहाँ मुझे ठीक करना है, कहाँ मुझे और improvement करना है, and bring it all together like that.
I think you said it, Mugdha.
All right, let's take a few questions now from the audience. So we have our first question coming up, which is okay, how is CIBIL score relevant to our personal finances today? You answered it, but I think we should definitely delve on it again.
I think we've spoken at length when it comes to credit and how important it credit report and credit score is for your financial future and credit opportunities as such. Let me touch upon some of the other aspects or relevant aspects where credit score and credit report can play important part. Um,
All right. I seem to have lost Bhushan for just a little bit. So while he comes back, I will recap a little of what I have understood. So we are talking about CIBIL scores today. We are talking about the reports. We are also talking about how you should take care of your financial well-being by understanding your CIBIL report. It's available on CIBIL.com. It's also available as an app, both for Apple and Android. And one of the most important things that Bhushan also said today was that you can actually get one free copy every financial year, and you can check it and figure out for yourself where you stand. I think some of the things that before he comes, he has made me an expert almost. So I'm just going to recap till we get him back to answer some of your questions. I think one of the things he also mentioned was, which actually stood out for me, is a lot of people think that we will pay the loan, we will pay the credit card payments, make the credit card payments after, say, 2 days or 3 days. But even one day late or any kind of a late repayment is noticed and is also highlighted in your reports. And when a lender is looking at that, they are also looking at what kind of behavior you are actually manifesting, because then they know that tomorrow, if you are going to take a bigger loan, what is your likely credit behavior going to be? One of the other things about the myths that we spoke about, which stood out for me, was a lot of people think that if I have a bad CIBIL score, I cannot come out of it. Or if I have a bad report, there is no way for me to come back from those bad marks, as we call them. But it does take time. That's what I've understood, that it does take time. But if you are likely to commit to good behavior, and if you're likely to tell yourself that I'm going to make my payments on time, I'm going to make sure that my EMIs are on time, I don't have credit card dues, I am not making those late payments or missed payments, then I can actually work on improving my CIBIL report, even if I have a bad even if I've had a bad score in the past. Bhujan, I think I have done somewhat a role of understanding and telling everybody, what I understood from you. If you could hear me, tell me on a grade of 10, how much will you mark me?
I'm sorry for that, Rich, but I will. Can I just go back to the same question, or do you?
Absolutely, absolutely. So the question was, how is CIBIL score relevant to our personal finances today? And I
Yeah.
think
So
with
I
investors,
we
maybe
spoke
you
at
can take the answer from the beginning.
Yeah, we spoke at length about how it plays critical role in when it comes to credit and financial future, credit opportunities. But yes, today CIBIL score and report has very important role to play when it comes to securing a job, which has critical, financial nature, where CIBIL score and report is referred. Also, project proposals, right? Even at such junctures, CIBIL score and reports are extensively utilized. So it's not only limited to your credit anymore. You know, it is used at many other places, and it has much. It holds much more relevance today. So yes, use cases are different, and it is critical for you today.
Got it. We're getting the second question. In fact, it came in before itself, which was that how does one establish credit profile when, say, they have no credit history or loan products in the past? Say, if I'm starting clean, is a CIBIL score generated for me then, and that's what I'm understanding from the question, that how is my financial behavior then assessed if I haven't had a credit profile in the past.
Yeah, so no one is born with score, right? But one has to start somewhere, and I think that's where this is a great question. The good part is your credit score and reports gets generated as soon as you start consuming any of the credit products. So it's important for you to start on the credit journey. I think the easiest way is to consume any of the readily available and easily repayable loans, such as consumer durable or small personal loans, which are easily available. The other important aspect could be, applying for a credit where you have existing banking relationship, because that's where getting approved or chances of getting approval becomes very high, right? Because banks where you have existing financial relationship or savings account may have other views on the consumers as such. The financial views are very clear, right? And that's where your chances of getting approved becomes very high. Other aspect could be you can apply for secured credit card, which is again easily available and easily approved, right? So all these aspects can be utilized to get started on your credit journey. um, but what is important to understand and note is these days, if you are a salaried individual, you continue to get a lot of loan offers or credit card offers.
True.
It's important that you limit it to what you require. All right, pick that one credit card, uh, choose the loan only when you need it, and service that loan or credit card diligently. Pay the EMIs on time and honor all the obligations. That is going to help you create a great score and a good credit profile.
It's almost like how when you join as an intern, so you have an internship, and then you prove that yes, I'm capable of working, and that's exactly how credit scores work. That you start small, start with a trusted stakeholder, and prove over a period of time that you're worthy of a good credit score and make a good CIBIL score. Then, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I know, Bhushan, you've taken this question, but we've just gotten this question about the difference between CIBIL score and CIBIL rank. If you could elaborate on that once again for us.
Yeah. So simply put, it's nature of audience to which
Mhm.
that score is presented, right? CIBIL score is for consumers, whereas CIBIL rank is for businesses
Business.
and MSMEs. When it comes to CIBIL score, it ranges from 300 to 900. Higher is your score, lower is the risk associated with you. When it comes to rank, rank ranges from 1 to 10. Lower is the rank, lower is the risk associated with that business entity, right? And a CIBIL rank is provided for businesses or MSMEs with aggregate exposure of up to 50 crore. I hope that clarifies the difference between CIBIL score and rank.
Yeah, I think it does. And very simply to be understood, a score is for individuals, a rank is for business. Three-digit number between 300 and 900 for individuals, and rank is of course 1 to 10. So I think that is pretty clear. All right, our next question is
What is the issue? Okay.
apologies, apologies. It was now my turn to do this. Now we are even Bhushan. Did you see the question that came from the viewer, or should I just repeat that? All right. The
Yeah, you
question,
need to repeat it.
yeah,
Yeah.
the question was, how can you maintain a healthy credit profile? That we had. Did we speak about that? Because that's the question that came in next. How does one
Yeah.
maintain a healthy credit profile?
Yeah, I think we covered it, but it's an important question and needs re-emphasizing. So let's just take it again.
Yeah.
Um, I have something coming in my mind which gives a great analogy around your uh, credit profile and marathon, right?
All right.
So having a great score and credit profile is like running a marathon where consistency is key, small steps is key, right? It is built over a period of time. And what are the simple steps that you can take to have great credit score and profile? One, it is extremely important to monitor your credit regularly. Be aware of your score and report and take necessary steps if you need to improve it, right? Other important aspect and critical aspect, I would say, is pay your obligations, your dues on time every single time. Small missed payments also can have negative impact on your credit profile and score, right? Third important aspect is manage your credit within the limits. use portion of your credit assigned to you. Other important aspect is apply for credit judiciously and only when you need it. I think these are some of the steps, if which are followed, you will be on the path to have great score and excellent credit profile.
Got it. We have a few more questions coming in. Uh, can CIBIL reject my loan application? Of course, a very important question coming there about uh, about the act about actual rejection, and can that happen with that?
Not at all.
Oh, interesting.
CIBIL is a credit bureau, which means that we are custodian of credit information, right? CIBIL cannot accept or reject any loan application. Approval or rejection lies in the hands of lender where loan applicant has applied for credit. But what is extremely important is CIBIL score and report plays pivotal part when it comes to lending decisions, right? And being aware of the information in your CIBIL report and being aware of your own CIBIL score is extremely important step in building a secure financial future. I have highlighted this fact earlier that we give one free CIBIL score and report each calendar year for consumers. So I urge participants and consumers to take full benefit of it and be aware of your own score and report.
We have one more question, which is, of course, will be a recap of what you said, which is it possible to bounce back from a bad credit profile?
Absolutely. Again, we are re-emphasizing, but again, extremely important questions. Wherever it is applicable, pay off your outstanding amounts. In case you want to consolidate all your dues in single loan, take that single loan and pay off, all the outstanding amounts. The other important aspect is pay your EMIs in time, right? For all your future EMIs. Apply for a credit judiciously only when you need it. Uh, Limit your credit utilization. I think these are the simple aspects which will help you, and if done consistently, will bring back your score to great level.
Fabulous. Great questions, everyone, and we appreciate your participation and curiosity to learn about credit monitoring. And of course, a big thank you, Bhushan, for joining us today, taking out time and providing us with all the valuable insights. This was lovely.
Thank you so much, Mugdha, again for having me on the show. I had fun, and hopefully, the information was helpful to the participants as well. Look forward to our next interaction. Thank you.
Absolutely. And to our audience, thank you so much for being part of this National Consumer Credit Awareness and Financial Inclusion Program. Have a very wonderful day.